50 minutes ago. So last 2 hours it was totally concerned with first UC as good as good recapitulation of derivative, differentiation of function, followed by rules and some problems to retrace your mind and to become somewhat perfect in the first year QC derivative concept. Now, next is a very important concern to actually second year QC concept, that is composite functions and how to differentiate composite functions. Actually, composite functions can be studied in a very deep manner in the topic relations and functions. Here we shall take in brief manner so that it will be helpful for our calculus part. Now let's study composite functions. So as you know that word composite means mixture, combination, combining. So obviously here we are going to mix 2 or more than 2 functions together to give a name composite functions. So let's define it in mathematical manner. See here, if y depends on u, what we say in mathematics, especially in calculus, y is function of u and u depends on x, means y is function of u, u is function of x. No doubt y is 100% function of x, but not direct, indirect. First y is depending on u, then u is depending on x. Now we say that y is depending on x through u function. So we say that here y is composite function of x. That we shall write in mathematical form as y function of u means y is equals to f of u. Next, u function of x means say u equals to g of x, and keep in mind here f, z, they are all notations of functions but not notations of variables, whereas y, u, x, they are all notations of variables, but f and z are notations of functions. Now using value of u in this y function, that means now y becomes as f of u. What is u? U means g of x. Here, what we say overall, y is equal to f of z of x, means y is f function of z function of x, nothing but y is undergoing 2 functions, namely f function as well as z function. Now we say that y is composite function of x. Now this composite function, not necessarily for 2 functions, it can be extendable for 3 functions, 4 functions, 5 functions. In general, it can be extendable for n number of functions also. Similarly, y is equal to f of g of h of x. In this case, y is totally defined through 3 functions, namely f function, z function, h function with variable x. And more importantly, when you want to calculate value of y through value of x, suppose that we want to give value of x as a, here first it becomes h of a. That means you have to calculate first value of h of a. Suppose that h of a value is alpha, which h of a equal to alpha, what we get? G of alpha. Next we have to calculate g of alpha. Assume that g of alpha is beta. Then lastly we get f of beta. After adding f of beta value, that gives total value of y. So when you want to calculate value of y, suddenly you can't calculate first f, you can't calculate z. You have to start with h function followed by z function followed by f function. What I am telling, this is when you want to calculate value of y when value of x is given. And like this, we can extend for 4 functions, 5 functions, etc. In general, you can take n number of functions also. That is y equal to f1 followed by f2 followed by f3 so on fn of x. In this case, y is totally n number of composite function of x. Those n number of functions are f1, f2, f3, fn. Here f1, f2, f3, fn, they may be any types of function like algebraic function, trigonometric function, logarithmic function, exponential function, inverse trigonometric function, etc. As a particular example, let's consider y equal to sine of square root of x. This is no doubt, it is a composite function because y is totally undergoing two functions, namely trigonometrical function sine followed by algebraic function square root. So this is an example for a composite function. Here we can experience two functions, namely sine function as well as root function. Another example, say w equals to log of tan of e power x. In this case, there are three functions, namely log function, tan function, and exponential function e. So in this case, y is undergoing three functions like this. When w is undergoing three functions like this, we can have any number of functions. This is about composite function, but actually in detail, in deep, we can study in topic relations and functions about composite functions. Here, as far as calculus concerned, I have defined. Now let us study how to find derivative of composite function. In the last two periods, we have seen how to find the derivative of only simple function. Now let us consider how to calculate derivative or how to find differentiation of composite functions. It is being given by a rule, what actually it is called is generally chain rule. Let us see what is that chain rule. A chain rule says that if y is equal to f of u and u is equal to g of x, that means y becomes f of g of x, means y is function of x, nothing but y is composite function of x. Now in such cases, dy by dx is calculated by the formula. Dy by dx will be equals to dy by du multiplied by du by dx. That means we have to first get the differentiation of y with respect to u, followed by differentiation of u with respect to s. That will complete net differentiation of y with respect to x as far as this composite function is concerned. It can be extendable. Suppose y is function of u, u is function of v, and v is function of x. Means y depends on u, u depends on v, v depends on x. Now, in this case, dy by dx will be given by, and you try to understand there are totally three functions, namely f function, g function, followed by h function. Hence, now dy by dx will be given by first derivative of y with respect to u, followed by derivative of u with respect to v, followed by derivative of v with respect to x. Hence, now it is given by dy by du multiplied by du by dv multiplied by dv by dx. Like this, it can be extendable for any number of functions like chain. As it can be extendable like chain, that's why more generally the differentiation of composite functions also called as chain rule of derivatives or chain rule of differentiation. Further, this rule can be easily memorized by this diagrammatic representation. What we have, y depends on u, u depends on v, v depends on x. So what we are going to find here, dy by dx. We need to calculate dy by dx in that, no doubt. But keep in mind, y is directly not depends on x. First y depends on u, then u depends on v, v depends on x. That's why first we have to calculate dy by du, followed by du by dv, followed by dv by dx. That will complete net differentiation of y with respect to x. Hence, in such cases, dy by dx is given by dy by du, du by dv, dv by dx. This is the one way of studying composite function differentiation, but this will not be easy for students' mind. We have another very good way of studying differentiation of composite functions, that is like this. When you want to calculate composite function differentiation, first you calculate derivative of first function, followed by next coming function, and so on. That means if y equals to f of g of x, now dy by dx will be equals to y first calculated from f function followed by z function. So we need to write first derivative of f. Derivative of f in general denoted by f dash. And keep in mind what we are writing, differentiation of only f function, hence it is f dash of g of x. What we return? Only differentiation of f function over. Still we have one more function. What is that? G of x. So into the differentiation of g of x will be z dash of x. Like this, one can calculate the differentiation of composite function. Similarly, we can extend it. Suppose y equals to f of g of h of x. That means y is totally undergoing three functions, namely f function, z function, as well as h function. Now dy by dx will be defined by, given by, first y is undergoing f function, followed by z function, lastly followed by h function. Hence we need to write first derivative of f function multiplied by derivative of z function multiplied by derivative of h function. So now dy by dx will be f dash of g of h of x. But one should not stop here that, because we return only derivative of f function. After this followed by z function. That means z dash of h of x. Still not over. What we return? Only differentiation of z function. Lastly followed by differentiation of h function, namely h dash of x. This will complete net differentiation of y with respect to x, undergoing three functions, namely f function, z function, as well as h function. So you can make a formula for your sake like this. The formula is that for composite functions, if y is equals to f of g of x, then y is f function of z function of x, then dy by dx will be equals to f dash of g of x, not only f dash of g of x followed by z dash of x. This is dy by dx when we have two functions, namely f and z. Next it can be extended. Similarly, if y equals to f of g of h of x, here there are three functions, namely f, z, as well as h. Now dy by dx will be equals to, you have to give importance for the first occurring function followed by next, followed by next. First occurring function is f. So differentiation of f will be f dash. But in problems, it should be noted in mind. Consider that particular function. Suppose you have f is sine, the answer will become cos. If f is cos, answer will become minus sine. If f is log, answer will become 1 divided by. If f is root, answer will become 1 by 2. Here it is general, you must write f dash. F dash of entire quantity means f dash of g of h of x. Now keep in mind what we return, only differentiation of f function, but still for y is undergoing g function as well as h function. Now we should write a differentiation of z function into differentiation of z function is g dash of h of x, still not over, multiplied by differentiation of h of x will be h dash of x. Like this rule can be extendable for any number of functions. What we taken here, 2 functions, 3 functions, we can extend for 4 functions, 5 functions in general, n number of functions. That's why it is also called as chain rule of composite function derivatives. So whenever we are involving composite function, we must apply such chain rule to calculate the derivative of a function. For example, see here, this example will be easy to understand for your mind how to adopt the composite function differentiation. For example, if y equals to sine of log x, then find dy by dx. And note in mind, we are in composite function differentiation. As I told, when you want to differentiate composite function, you should be aware of function arrangement. The first coming function is sine, followed by next coming function is log. So now let's have differentiation dy by dx. Suddenly you cannot take the differentiation of log x because y is not equal to log x, y is sine of log x. That's why you have to first calculate derivative of sine function. Now recall earlier simple function differentiation formula. Recall derivative of sine x. Answer is cos x. Exactly same manner. Here the differentiation of sine function is cos function. Means cos of not x. Instead of x we have log x. It becomes cos of log x, not over. What we return? Only differentiation of sine function. But our y is involving not only sine, it is involving log function. You must write now compulsorily multiplied by derivative of log x. That is equals to cos of log x into derivative of log x by standard list of formulas. This is given by 1 divided by x. Further, you can write one more step as cos of log x whole divided by x. This is the net answer for the differentiation of sine of log x. Now, you try to understand this very carefully and very correctly. If we don't have this sine function, then no question of answer containing of cos. Our answer is containing of cos because of there is involvement of sine function. So we should be very careful in the differentiating composite function. Which function comes first? That should be taken into account, followed by next function, and so on. Here sine function coming is first, so its derivative is cos, followed by log function differentiation is 1 divided by x. Let's have another example. One more thing, while differentiating composite functions, so we should be aware that in mind there is no change in sum rule, no change in product rule, no change in quotient rule. All rules will be same. Only thing is that while finding differentiation of composite function, you must give importance for arrangement of function. Which function occurring first, which function occurring next, which function occurring, and so on. Like that, you must go on finding derivative. If f function occurs first write f dash followed by differentiation of g function followed by differentiation of h function and so on. The next problem, concern to composite function differentiation. If y equals to cos of root x, then find dy by dx. Solution. Write first given function. Given function is y equal to cos of root x. You will call this as 1. As we want to find dy by dx, so write the word that differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left side dy by dx. Right side in symbols dy dx of cos of root x. That is equals to, it is no doubt composite function because there are two functions. One function is cos, another function is square root. But first coming function is cos. It is just like cos x. So recall standard formulas. Differentiation of cos x minus of sin x. Now minus of sine of root x. Not over because it is only differentiation of cos function over into differentiation of root x, that is multiplied by d by dx of root x. Next one, that is equals to minus of sine of root x. Again recall list of formulas. Differentiation of root x formula is given by 1 divided by 2 root of x. One more step can be continued if you wish. Another step is that minus sine root x whole divided by 2 root of x. So keep in mind, in composite function differentiation, you have to give importance for the first occurring function followed by next function which are occurring. First coming function is cos, that's why the derivative is minus sine. Next coming function is square root, it's the derivative is 1 by 2 root of x. Total answer minus sine root x whole divided by 2 root of x. Next problem. If y equals to square root of. Now suddenly in your mind it should come that our first coming function is square root. It is just like the square root of x type, and formula for differentiation of square root of x is 1 divided by 2 into square root of x. Our answer is same type. Means when you go for finding differentiation, answer will be 1 by 2 into square root of entire quantity, whatever it comes, followed by that under root function differentiation has to be written. If y equal to square root of sine of e power x, then find dy by dx. Solution. Write first given problem. What is given problem? Given problem is y equal to square root of sine of e power x. We call this as 1. Next, write the word that differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left side dy by dx. right side symbolic form dy dx of entire function, namely square root of sine of e power x. One more thing, keep in mind that suddenly you can't come to differentiation of e power x, suddenly you can't come to differentiation of sine function, because our first occurring function is square, followed by sine, followed by e raised to x function. So let's recall, it is just like root x. So by the formula list, differentiation of root x is 1 by 2 root of x. Only thing, instead of x we have sine of e power x. Answer 1 by 2 into root of sine of e power x. Don't stop. What we return? Only differentiation of root function over, followed by differentiation of sine function into differentiation of sine of e power x. But that is equals to 1 by 2 root of sine e power x multiplied by, once again it is composite function, first coming function is sine. By standard list of formulas, the differentiation of sine function is cos, that is into cos of e power x. But still not over. What we return? Only differentiation of sine function over, multiplied by differentiation of e power x into d by dx of e power x. So the final answer. As you know that the differentiation of e power x is e power x, hence it is e power x into cos of e power x divided by 2 into square root of sine of e power x. That's the answer for the dx in this particular problem. Now, to make your mind very clear, recall this problem. What we had is that y equal to root of sine of e power x. Because of square root occurring, first we written 1 by 2 into square root. If we don't have this square root, then no question of 1 by 2 into square root. You must have only derivative of sine, namely cos. If we don't have sine, only e power x, then answer will become just e power x. This is a major difference between differentiation of composite function and non-composite function. In the composite function, you must be aware of which functions are occurring and which function occurring first, second, and so on. Like that, you must go on the differentiation process. Right? The next problem. If y equals to log of. So when the log comes, it should come in your mind suddenly. Differentiation of log x is 1 divided by x. Here 1 divided by something. That something, whatever that function will be accompanying. If y equal to log of log x, then find dy by dx. Solution. Consider given function first. What is given function? Log of log x. If you want, you may call this as 1. Next step, what we should write is that differentiating 1 with respect to x. On differentiating 1 with respect to x. left side dy by dx, right side symbolic form, namely d by dx of log. Now, it is just like log x type. So, differentiation of log x is 1 divided by x. Only thing, in the place of x we have log x. But answer format does not change this. 1 divided by log x. Not enough. Only this first log function derivative is 4, followed by one more log x into d by dx of log x, means into the derivative of log x. That is dy by dx equals to 1 divided by log x multiplied by derivative of log x is given by 1 by x. Lastly, in simplest form, it can be written as 1 divided by x into log x. If we don't have this log, then our answer would have been only 1 by x. If we don't have one more log, our answer is just 1. Try to understand the good difference between simple function and composite function. Next problem. If y equals to sine of 5x square plus x, then find dy by dx. So consider given problem. Solution. Given problem is y equal to sine of 5x square plus x. Say 1. Now write the word that stating differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left side, any notation can be taken, say divided by x. But right side should be aware of that it is a composite function, so it should be more importance with arrangement of function. First coming function sine, followed by algebraic function 5x square plus x. Hence, d by dx of bracket sine of 5x square plus x. Notice in mind, suddenly you can't come to differentiation of x because we are first undergoing with sine function. What do you call standard list of formulas? Differentiation of sine x is cos x. Here, same thing. Instead of x, we have all this complete term. Answer cos of 5x square plus x. And be careful, your answer is not finished at what we written, only differentiation of sine function. But you must write a differentiation of 5x square plus x also into differentiation of 5x square plus x. That is equals to cos of 5x square plus x. That remains unchanged. Here, to differentiate 5x square plus x, we have to apply sum rule. By sum rule, in that indivisible term, differentiation of x square is 2x. 2 into 5 becomes 10x plus differentiation of x will be 1. That's the total answer. Next problem, under composite functions. If y equals to secant of secant x sec of sec x, then find dy by dx. Solution. Write first given problem and tag it. What is given problem? Given problem is y equal to sec of sec x, and we are asking to find the dy by dx. Curve 1. Write the word that differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left side dy by dx, right side dy by dx of sec x. That is equals to now. Now our first coming function is sec. Radical formula. Differentiation of sec x is sec x into tan x. But instead of x we have sec x. The answer is sec x into tan x means sec of sec x into tan of sec x. Keep in mind, if it were sec x, your answer is sec x into tan x. Instead of x, we have sec x. So answer is sec of sec x into tan of sec x, not over. Only this sec function differentiation over, followed by differentiation of sec x into dy by dx of sec x. That is equals to sec of sec x into tan of sec x into now d by dx of sec x means the derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x. That is the final answer. Next problem. If y equals to, or you can take if f of x equals to square root of. Observe, first coming function is square root. Suddenly in your mind it should come in mind that answer is 1 divided by 2 root of x. Square root of cot of x cube. If y equal to square root of cot of x cube, then find f dash of x. Right solution. Consider given function. Given function is f of x equals to square root of cot of x cube. Curve 1. Now differentiating 1 with respect to x. Left side f dash x. Now we got some experience in this composite function. So one step can be taken directly. First coming function is square root. It is just like square root of x type. That's why differentiation of square root of x is 1 by 2 root x. Now it is 1 by 2 root. Format will not change this. 1 by 2 root of x. But x means not x, cot of x cube. So 1 by 2 into square root of cot x cube. Not enough. What we written? Only square root function differentiation is over into differentiation of cot x cube. that is equals to 1 by 2 into square root of cot x cube. Here again composite function. First coming function is cot. Recall standard formula. Differentiation of cot x is minus cosec square x. Here minus of cosec square, but x means x cube. Not enough. Only differentiation of cot function over into differentiation of x cube. It's a very simple logic. There is no question of confusion at all in composite function. First, we should write differentiation of square root function, followed by differentiation of cot function, lastly followed by differentiation of x cube. One more step. As you know that by standard formulas, the differentiation of x cube is 3x square. So total minus 3x square into cosec square x cube whole divided by 2 into root of cot x cube. That's the final answer. Next problem. If y equals so next question in composite function differentiation, if y equals to cos of x cube plus root x, then find dy by dx. Solution. Write first given function. Given function is y equal to cos of x cube plus root x. Say 1. Next step, as usual, differentiating 1 with respect to x. On differentiating 1 with respect to x, left hand side symbol, any symbol can be written y dash, or you can write dy by dx, no wrong in that. Right hand side, first occurring function is cos. So that should be in your mind suddenly, as you know in earlier classes, the derivative of cos is minus sine. That means you must write answer suddenly minus of sine of. But in place of x we have x cube plus root x. Answer format does not change. Minus sine of x cube plus root x. Now think of whether it is enough or not enough. Not enough because we return only differentiation of cos function. Still we have some more function, namely differentiation of x cube plus root x, that is into dy dx of x cube plus root x. Next step, y dash equals to minus sine of x cube plus root x. Here, to take this function differentiation, we need to apply sum rule because there is sum of two functions. By sum rule, first comes differentiation of x cube, standard formula 3x square, followed by the differentiation of root x, also standard formula, that is 1 divided by 2 into square root of x. That is the final answer. Next problem. if y equals to cot of sin x square, find y dash. Solution. Let's write first once again given function. What is given function? Given function is y equal to cot of sin of x square come 1. Write a word that differentiating 1 with respect to x. dy by dx equals right hand side dy dx out means derivative of cot followed by sin of followed by x cube. First occurring function is cot, next occurring function is sin, lastly occurring function is x cube. So we should be importance for the first occurring function cot. We call formula. The derivative of cot x minus of cosec square x. Here answer format does not changes. Minus of cosec square x. X means sin of x cube. Not enough, only differentiation of cot function over. Next followed by differentiation of sin function into dy dx of sin x cube. That is equals to minus of cosec square sin x cube multiplied by, in this bracket first occurring function is sin, it is just like sin x. So now derivative of sin x is cos x. Here it is cos of x cube. Not enough, only sin function differentiation over, lastly multiplied by differentiation of x cube, that is dy dx of x cube. You understand very correctly. First the derivative of cot minus cosec square followed by derivative of sin, that is cos, lastly the differentiation of, in fact it is x cube, lastly the differentiation of x cube to be adopted. That is equal to minus of cosec square sin x cube into cos x cube. Finally, derivative of x cube is 3x square. The remaining problems in the next class we shall